today we have a empties video. I have so much to talk about. I should have been doing this a really long time ago. Tresemme Thermal Creations Heat Protectant. I don't use it for that. I use it as a detangler. Why? I just use it. I do have a few makeup wipes that I did use up. Two of them are the Be Gone Makeup Remover Wipes from NYX Cosmetics. As if you don't already know, I did work there. So they are really good to keep in handy, like in your purse or like if you're traveling and stuff. They only come with about 20 wipes. It's $5, so it's not too expensive. Pretty good use if you're someone who's just like on the go and just like maybe if you're going to go work out or something. These are good for that. I noticed that they did have a little bit stinging on the eye, but it's nothing too intense. But like I said, it's just very, if you want to put it like in your purse or if you're going to the gym, just take it off real quick. You know, just a little refresher. Just take off your makeup, you know. But I really liked them. Very inexpensive. These were actually simple cleansing facial wipes. I did not like at all. They were sent in a influencer like box thingy or whatever. They weren't as good as I anticipated. I only used them for like swatches to take off, and even then it didn't remove, so no on that. However, I bought these at TJ Maxx when I was in really need of them, and these were really nice. They were super moisturizing on the skin. It also contained vitamin A, C, and E, and they didn't burn my eyes at all whatsoever. It was a little bit hard to take off mascara, but as far as face makeup and eyeshadow, you're good with that. And I did finish a whole box of these. I absolutely love these makeup wipes. This is my favorite from Costco, the Kirkland brand. I just love these. They're super moisturizing. Almost remind me of the ones that I showed you. They're Intensive Eye. But I love this. I always go back and buy these, but when I'm in like need ASAP, I just go to Target or something to get any of them. For me, the Neutrogena wipes, they weren't even that all great. Like, I honestly don't know what the fuss is about. I prefer these for me personally, but you know, to everyone's own. I did use up, which I'm super proud of myself for. One of them is the L'Oreal Youth Code Skin Recharger Serum Concentrate. I use this at night. You can barely see it. It's reflecting like a little bad. And I actually really liked it. I did see an improvement as far as texture on my skin. So I found this for clearance at Bath & Body Works. No, at Bath & Beyond. And it worked pretty well on my skin. I'm actually have a few serums that I'm trying out and seeing how it reacts to my skin, and so far it's been good. This was the best cleanser I've ever used, and not because they sent it to me, but because it actually worked on my skin and it took off everything. This is a Derma E Purifying Gel Cleanser with marine algae and activated charcoal. Really nice, gentle on my skin. I used it morning and night, hence why I went through it so quickly. And it just took off everything from my skin. I started using it with the Clarisonic, and even then it just pulled out everything. It didn't strip my skin like some cleansers that I've used in the past. It just felt so like clean, you know. The Purifying 2-in-1 Charcoal Mask. I love this mask. It's so good. If you've tried the Muddy Body Mask, the like powder one to water, it reminds me of this, but this is just in a clay form. It definitely like purifies everything. My skin just feels so tight, and it just feels so refreshed and clean and like ready for a makeup application, you know. It's really, really nice. It just makes my skin feel super, super good the next day. I absolutely love it. We'll repurchase a full size of that for sure. It looks pretty full, but like, you know, when you squeeze out all the air, it kind of just stays in. But yeah, see, it's like already done. And this is my Holy Grail moisturizer that has SPF. I'm looking for a new one because I want more of a higher SPF to protect my skin. This is the Trader Joe's Enrich Moisturizing Face Lotion with SPF 15. Raquel also put me on this one, and I absolutely love it. Doesn't feel any type of greasy on my skin. Like, you know, some moisturizer do feel heavy. This doesn't do that whatsoever. I highly recommend if you are sensitive skin, this would work just for you. I have oily skin, so just so you know, it's also paraben free and non-comedogenic, so it's not going to clog your pores, okay? What is the empties video without finishing a Ladies Speed Stick? I've talked about this before. I'm actually trying to look for a deodorant that is aluminum free, which this does have aluminum. It stayed on my underarms for a really long time, which I was super happy about because sometimes they don't last and I sweat so easily, so that worked really well for me. Also have this one from Degree, which also worked really well for me. This one was my second one. I'm on my third one right now. I'm trying to finish that as well. but this one worked really good for my skin too. It stayed on, it lingered on my skin, I didn't smell all stinky and sweaty. I finished up a witch hazel, which is really good for oily skin. If you have any like discoloration or stuff like that, this balances out the pH in your skin. So I highly recommend if you are oily, if you're acne prone. I also got this from Raquel, so thank you. I've been on this for a few years now, I should say. Speaking on the subject of lotions, I do have 3 of them that I used up. This is the Hawaii Passion Fruit Kiss. I loved it. Texture, super moisturizing on the skin. Did hold up with my skin chemistry, so I was really happy about that. Another one, my friend gave it to me. This is the Pacifica Tuscan Blood Orange, which you can see it's already used up. Love this one. It did stay on my skin for a really long time as well. Very moisturizing, lightweight, and as well as the Carol's Daughter Almond Cookie Hand Cream, which was freaking awesome. I loved it. Stayed on my skin. Like, it's so hard for me to find a lotion, hand cream should I say, that stays on my skin. It doesn't make me feel like all greasy or anything. These were awesome for that. These over here, we have the Urban Decay Makeup Setting Spray Oil Control and Max Fix Plus. You already know, I don't have to talk too much about this. I have a Pure Seduction from Victoria's Secret. It smells so good. It's just very refreshing. I did use up a Sephora little waterproof eye makeup remover, which works so nice, but it does leave you feeling oily. So if you don't like that, I wouldn't recommend this. The Pixi Glow Mud Mask is by far great. It's as good as the Derma E one that I mentioned earlier. This, like, you can see your pores coming out. It's nasty. It's nasty, but it's a good thing, you know? I also have the Firming Derma E moisturizer that was really great on my skin. It's cruelty-free, paraben-free, and 100% vegan. So for all my people out there who are vegan and worried about like all that stuff, Derma E got you, so don't even try. Another moisturizer that I used up, this is a little sample size. This is from Belief, the Aqua Bomb, the True Cream Aqua Bomb. This was really, really nice on my skin. I actually really loved the fact that it, like, my skin drank it up, even though I am an oily girl. It just works so well on my skin, and it actually would, when I put my primer on top and then my foundation, it just left a really nice application, which now after trying all these moisturizers, I've noticed that moisturizer is super key to having a flawless foundation, but I didn't consider that in the past, so letting you know that your moisturizer is really important as far as putting on like foundation and such. Mask was the Purifying and Mattifying Zinc and Copper, which did claim to do, again, it's kind of like that, the ones that I mentioned before. It's a clay mask that dries, wash it off, feeling great if you have oily skin. I'm not gonna just gonna keep saying that, okay? I used up a hydrating face cream from Bobbi Brown, which was super, super hydrating. I mean, if you can afford this, by all means, go for it because it's so good. Oh my goodness. If I can afford this for my kid, I would totally do it. I've used 2 of the Solid Brush Cleanser from Sephora. If you saw my makeup haul, you already know how I feel about this. Clearly, I love it. I've never finished a foundation before. It's the NARS Sheer Matte Foundation, which I absolutely love. This one was my favorite. I'm so sad it's discontinued, but you know, it is what it is. And I also finished up the L'Oreal True Match Cushion Foundation, which is this one right here. Was also Big Shot by Maybelline. This was not my favorite mascara. It honestly didn't do much. So hard to take off, and it made them clumpy. It was, no, I would not repurchase this, and I probably wouldn't recommend it. This bad boy from NYX was a double stacked mascara, which is really nice. It kind of reminded me of the Better Than Sex one that I will talk about right here. But that's what she looks like. It's not as thick as the Too Faced one, but I also used that up. It dried up already. This is just a sample size. I don't know. I just didn't see any difference in this. I did see a difference with this one though. So to everyone's own. It might work for you, but in my case, it didn't work for me. And I used up a Revlon lash adhesive that works really well. It's just, it kind of sucks because it stays on for like 2 days. I tried so hard to take it off with a makeup remover that's oil based and like a cleanser, and this shit just wouldn't take off. I tried so hard. So that's the end of my Empties videos. I hope you enjoyed watching it. I know it was a little bit long, but I always forget to do these videos. Like, I fill up my bag and I'm like, okay, go do a video. And then I forget, and then it keeps piling on. But, so I hope to see you in my next video. Talk to you later. Toodles!